softly, tenderly echoing. We'll arrive, silently trumpeting everything. White and still till evening. Slowly creeping underground, our bodies slowly breaking down, all alone. Oh, I've been alone. It's so hard to find a message, and you go about it strangely, and it just slips away. It just slips away like a voice on the radio that's done for the day. We're all done for the day. We're all done for the day. We're done for the On a warm California day, you're buried in the stacks, researching what you hope is alive. And all your love's been buried by the sounds that come and go. But why they are so loud, oh, you wouldn't know. It's a prisoner's dilemma. The words are like a cage.
to the story's next vague page. How do you stand it? And now you're one of millions, searching for nothing at all. But oh, how nothing tempts you with its call. And the street lights flicker and fade away, and you're buried forever now. But forever's only as long as you will arrive. It's a prisoner's dilemma. The words are like a cage as they drift on past the postage stamps to the story's next vague page. How do you stand it? Never mind the things that eat away our bones. Coffee and TV and telephones. Was your Saturday bare without a script, like a crime scene bare without a tip? It's just a little thought, an odd religious instinct, a stranger at the door. It's all around you. It's all around you. Came to you at first as if to give you hope, and used a different voice for every sentence that he spoke. And now your life's become a story with no end, that's written in a language you don't even understand. It's just a little thought, another world's intrusion, circle of doubt. It's all around you. It's all around you. With headlights in my eyes and paper in my mouth, I try to stop them, but the words, they just keep spilling out. So never mind the TV and never mind the news. You'll never get it right till you have nothing left to lose. Just a little thought. It's something to believe in. A messenger's approach. It's all around you. It's around you. The history of opera, the history of drama, the history of numbers and letters and everything in between. The history of gurus, the history of bad news, the history of recipes cut out from colorful magazines.
The history of periods, the history of commas, the history of the alphabet, the empty paper screens, the history of late night, history of tired eyes, history of cigarettes, history of caffeine, the history of disguise, history of surprise, history of sunrises in parks above the trees, the history of peach schnapps, the history of corrupt cops, history of cities overtaken with disease, the history of progress, the history of success, history of being pushed and kicked backwards, still fighting into the sea, the history of war and the history of romance, history of screeching and blaring trumpets in the loud, distasteful, tainted symphony.
Time and orders, the history of how to be all that you will never be, the history of beginnings, the history of endings, the history of middles overrun with apathy, the history of snapshots, the history of mug shots. I took a picture so that later you could see. See, history is blind, but it can't keep its mouth shut. Oh.
What do you want to know about postage stamps and human bones down at the bottom of some lake? Facts don't tell us anything.
a tune that rings in your ears now. Disconsolate and dry is just one of the clues you know that makes you still want to try.
In a room where there is meaning, a kind in glass and a cousin, and nothing strange. Spreading slowly in the evening, many fleeting tender buttons. If you sleep inside a perfect circle, there is feeling, there is resignation. But if that circle is a fountain, how magnificent a piece of coffee, tender buttons, tender buttons. Overheard out from the landing, on the plates arranged so dainty, cushioned seating. Something braced against all planning, and far beyond the reach of cigarettes and voices breaking. I talk with Alice, summer, winter, by the window. August melodies awaking. Cities with a dab of lemon. Tender buttons, tender buttons.
Sunlight drips off of your features. Words spill from your eyelids. Twist and distort what you're saying. No look of pain has been quite so hastily consummated, and it's not a matter of speaking, but if our language won't bend, we could be torn limb from limb.
It's a movie screen. seeds of doubt. You gotta dig them all out. Take a knife to your thigh and let me know how you feel. I do all I can to help you understand which wounds are real.
Someone's knocking, dude. This ghost of a turtle, this tooth of a chipmunk will go smiling. Afternoons ablaze. This voice of a leader, this eye of a girl who will go laughing. Afternoons enraged. So take off your bracelet and make it into a costume for two. And if it will not fit, just cram it over my dry head. I know it's a lot to ask of some home near a graveyard. and hammers. Gone home for the evening. They will find out. They will congregate. So take off your dear ring and don't sing until it is a rose. And if you cannot sew, let me know, and I will try my best. I know it's a lot to ask of you. It happens slow, our hearts unfold, till eventually we're standing all alone. We wave our hands, we sleep in snow, and then everyone around us starts to glow. That's how it goes, that's how it goes. It's how we shed our graying skins, it's how we grow. We soldier on, we sink down low. When we are young, our teeth send sparks, our fingers whisper while we fumble in the dark. We drink too much, we slur our speech, pretend that happiness is somewhere out of reach. That's how it goes, but even so, see how that frozen river tries to flow. These aching years, they come and go. It happens fast, you find a friend, and all at once your brittle bones begin to bend. You look ahead, you fight the fear, the future softly singing words that you can't hear. And though unclear, they draw you near. We march on slowly towards that dangerous frontier. We find ourselves and disappear. that was glowing more than it used to. A decade swimming in purples and yellows, peachy and sangria tinted, opening all of the windows, wounds on your leg and a memory, a name that you just can't forget. And is it an old hotel? Are all of the pipes broken? And will I stay just one night? Or will it take a long time? And does it get much sunlight? And do you stay all that often? And will it remain a coffin when I turn out the lights?
You don't care much for the language of hotels, and no look of pain has been quite so able to haunt me, and it's not a matter of leaping between the frets or just clawing. It's the attack that I crave.
If all my favorite dreams are little lions, well, I'll just leave the rest up for you to decide. And if they gather down beneath love the dead, we break their bread, we chew their bones, we burn their homes, and I just cannot see where we've gone wrong. And now I've gone and traveled far away, so many things that I've forgotten how to say. And if it comes down to admit defeat, well, I just had a way inside my winding sheet. If the words get tangled on the way out of your mouth, just pour them out and let them feed the thirsty bodies in the ground. If it starts to haunt us in our sleep, I just hide away inside my winding sheet. We're on our knees, we're begging, please, oh won't you please just leave us be. The water's rising, won't you rescue me? We love the dead, we break their bread, we chew their bones, we burn their homes, and I just cannot see where we've gone wrong. We love the dead, we break their bread, we chew their bones, we burn their homes, and I just cannot see where we've gone wrong.
All the men dressed in derbies and raincoats pass by the wooden statues hanging from oaks that are so old it seems like they should be rotting and caving in like the ones in our yard. And on the right pass a truck full of young men with trumpets and fiddles, blankets and rope, and they see us remember a song that I jotted down quickly while you were upstairs. It's just a little tune I wrote for you when you were not around. The words aren't clear or strong, but keep looking on and shouting out at me what you would like to hear instead of this. And your cheekbones are angled like flowers, like sharp-pointed pistons, like pastures pointing away that are so young. It seems like they should have stood at a halt when they sensed the change, and my chair legs have turned back to bones now. The carpenter laughs and peers through the house, and he whistles and grabs grabs at his mustache. The seersucker shorts patched with bits of the road. But tonight I'm headed to gorges, I'm headed to ripped shirts, I'm headed to home, I'm headed to sunlight, I'm headed to tired eyes, I'm headed to fiddle, blankets and rope. I'm headed to wooden statues still hanging from oaks falling down and caves still to climb. I'm headed to secrets about what was given, a chest of drawers empty, tips to the side. You were not around when it came crashing down. Your aquapark has a lake and some blue sky. Left our days with the snow and mud don't mix well. A famous fool builds his plea tonight.
By the parlor door, beneath the cabinet where the china's kept, you're hearing talk of things magnificent and strange. And soon you'll drift to sleep, still undiscovered, crouched beneath, and dream of precious things that only you will ever know. Oh, for time to stand still, for the notes all to hold and hang like stars amid the blackest night. And oh, it's beautiful here. I want to stay until the sky comes crashing down. Now you are 16, the doctors who and across the sea, and time bring us nothing but pain. You're just waiting till the sky comes crashing down. Sunsets that you never stepped outside to see are catching up with you. You're 93 years old and in your bed. Now dreams are meaningless, for next time that you close your eyes will be the last. No dreams will come, and that will be more beautiful. Time to stand still, for the earth not to spin. Our skin and senses will be stripped away, and here, as your eyes close, you don't even notice that the sky is crashing down. Two-headed boy, all floating in glass. The sun, it is past, now it's blacker than black. I can hear as you tap on your jar. I am listening to hear where you are. And I am listening to hear where you are. Two-headed boy, put on Sunday shoes and dance round the room to accordion keys with the needle that sings in your heart, catching signals that sound in the dark, catching signals that sound in the dark. We will take off our clothes and there'll be lacing fingers through the notches in your spine. And when all is breaking, everything that you could keep inside, now your eyes ain't moving now, they just lay there in their prime. Two-headed boy with pulleys and weights, creating a radio play just for two in the parlor with the moon across her face. And through the music he sweetly displays the silver speakers that sparkle all day, made for his lover who's floating and choking with her hand across her face. And in the dark we will take off our clothes and there'll be lacing fingers through the notches in your spine. And when all is breaking, everything that you could keep inside, now your eyes ain't moving now, they just lay there in their crime. Two-headed reason to grieve. The world that you need is wrapped in gold, silver sleeves left beneath Christmas trees in the snow. I will take you and leave you alone, watching spirals of white softly flow over your eyelids, and all you did was wait until the point when you were gone.
Did you think that you could grow those seeds with only rocks and water from the street? And did you think that flowers would grow even though they wilt from the steam? And when they go, they will go slowly, they will curl up into their own and talk too much and flash their petals as much as they can at the end. And a lot of the time I imagine your fingers as they scratch at the lawn and they tap on its glass until it starts to crack and then it breaks from all the weight. And when the beans finally grow together, will they look like snakes or like spoons tucked in a drawer that holds them tightly so they don't clink or raise their voices? And a lot of the time I imagine your fingers as they close up your eyelids and wind up the sheet. And your lashes are bending, but will they break when we inflate? And the tips of your fingers will always stick